A smart woman is not simply a woman who knows much, but a woman who understands deeply. She moves with grace not because the world is kind, but because she has learned to make wisdom her closest companion. Her power is not in the loudness of her voice, but in the depth of her silence, in the strength of her restraint, in the sharpness of her vision. She walks through life not with uncertainty, but with a quiet assurance, for she has built herself upon principles that stand firm when the storms of life rage. These principles are not born out of mere wishful thinking. They are carved from experience, nurtured in wisdom, and tested through trials. A smart woman does not stumble blindly into her destiny. She follows rules, not of the world's making, but of her own choosing. And it is these rules that set her apart, that make her a force unshaken, a presence undeniable. Now, there are many women in this world. There are those who chase the wind, seeking fulfillment in things that wither. There are those who wait, hoping the world will recognize them and hand them a place of honor. And then there are those who rise, who do not wait for permission to exist in the fullness of their power. They do not bend for approval, nor do they shrink in the presence of challenge. They are not made by circumstance. They are shaped by the rules they have chosen to live by. And these rules are not easy. They are not for the faint of heart. They are for the woman who dares to stand tall, who refuses to live beneath her calling. But what are these rules? What is it that makes a woman walk in wisdom, speak with power, and love without losing herself? These are not secrets whispered in dark corners, nor are they privileges given to a select few. They are truths waiting to be embraced, and once a woman grasps them, she will never again live as she did before. These rules do not bind her, they free her. They do not restrict her, they elevate her. And if you listen closely, if you hold on till the end, you will come to understand that a woman who follows these 7 rules is not merely smart, she is unstoppable. A smart woman knows that the first rule is to guard her mind like a fortress, for what enters will shape her world. She does not entertain every voice that calls her name, nor does she allow every opinion to take root in her spirit. She knows that words have power, that thoughts have weight, and that a single doubt planted in her heart can grow into a tree that shadows her confidence. So she is careful. She feeds herself with truth, with knowledge, with wisdom that stands the test of time. She does not let society define her worth, nor does she wait for validation to believe in her greatness. She knows who she is, and that knowing is her shield. The second rule is that she moves with intention. She does not wander through life hoping for good fortune to find her. She does not sit at the table of hesitation waiting for an invitation to be bold. No, she walks with purpose. She sets her eyes on the things that matter, and she moves toward them with a steadiness that does not waver. She does not make choices based on fleeting emotions, nor does she waste her energy chasing things that do not feed her soul. She has learned that time is precious, and she spends it wisely. The third rule is that she does not settle for love that does not honor her. She does not beg for affection, nor does she shrink herself to fit into the small hands of those who cannot hold her properly. She knows that love is not meant to break, to bruise, or to leave her questioning her worth. So she waits, not in loneliness, but in certainty. She does not let fear of solitude drive her into the arms of unworthy company. She understands that a love that does not recognize her value is a love she cannot afford. The fourth rule is that she does not pour from an empty cup. She gives, but not to the point of depletion. She loves, but not at the cost of herself. She has learned that self-care is not selfish, that rest is not weakness, and that saying no is sometimes the most powerful thing a woman can do. She does not allow herself to be drained by people who only take but never replenish. She understands that her well-being is the foundation upon which all things stand, and she tends to it with the same care she offers to others. The fifth rule is that she embraces growth, even when it is uncomfortable. She does not run from the lessons life teaches, nor does she resist change when it is necessary. She has learned that true wisdom is born in the fire of experience, and she does not shy away from the heat. She seeks knowledge, she welcomes challenge, and she is not afraid to admit when she is wrong. She does not cling to old versions of herself out of fear of the unknown. She evolves, she rises, she becomes. The sixth rule is that she does not engage in battles that are beneath her. She does not waste her words on those who do not wish to understand, nor does she spend her energy proving her worth to those who refuse to see it. She knows that not every argument is worth having, not every insult deserves a response, and not every fight is meant to be fought. She picks her battles wisely, for she understands that peace is more valuable than winning the approval of those who will never applaud her victory. The seventh and final rule is that she stands firm in her faith. Whatever it may be, she does not let the winds of doubt shake her belief in herself, in her purpose, in the greatness that resides within her. She is not easily swayed by fear, nor does she crumble under the weight of uncertainty. She walks with a quiet confidence, knowing that she is guided, that she is watched over, that she is never alone. She leans into her strength, and she lets it carry her through the storms. And so a smart woman does not merely exist, she lives with intention, with wisdom, with unwavering resolve. She does not follow the crowd, she follows truth. She does not bow to pressure, she bows only to the standards she has set for herself. She is not moved by temporary pleasures, nor is she broken by momentary hardships. She is built on something greater, something deeper, something unshakable. She follows these rules not because she is told to, but because she understands their power. And when she walks in them, she walks in victory. A smart woman understands that her journey is not just about knowing the rules, but about living them with unwavering commitment. It is not enough to speak wisdom. She must embody it in every decision she makes, every step she takes, and every interaction she engages in. She does not merely recite words of power. She breathes them into existence with the way she carries herself. She does not just read about strength. She cultivates it through trials that would break the order. She knows that wisdom without action is a seed never planted, a light never lit, a path never walked. So she does not just listen to the truth, she becomes it. She walks into rooms and commands attention, not because she seeks validation, but because her presence speaks before she utters a single word. She is poised, not because she has never fallen, but because she has learned to rise with grace. She understands that true intelligence is not measured by how much she knows, but by how well she applies what she knows. She does not allow herself to be paralyzed by fear, for she has realized that fear is nothing but a shadow growing only when she turns her back on the light. She faces life head on, knowing that every challenge is either a lesson or a blessing, and either way she wins. She does not move aimlessly, hoping that fate will be kind. She is intentional, for she understands that life does not reward the passive, but the prepared. She wakes up with a purpose, sets her mind on things that matter, and refuses to be distracted by the noise of the world. She does not compare herself to others, for she knows that the path meant for her is hers alone. She does not envy, she does not resent, and she does not waste her time measuring her worth against someone else's journey. She is focused, determined, and unshaken by the fleeting opinions of those who do not walk in her shoes. A smart woman recognizes that her words hold weight. She does not speak carelessly, nor does she use her tongue as a weapon to wound those around her. She understands that the power of life and death rests in what she says, so she chooses her words with wisdom. She does not gossip, for she knows that a woman who feeds on the downfall of others will eventually choke on her own bitterness. She does not tear other women down, for she understands that true strength is found in lifting others, not in competing with them. She speaks with purpose, with kindness, with clarity. Her words are not empty echoes. They are filled with intention, with knowledge, with truth that cannot be denied. She values her peace more than she values being right. She does not engage in senseless arguments, for she knows that wisdom is not proven in how loud one speaks, but in how well one listens. She does not allow the opinions of others to dictate her mood, for she understands that not every battle is worth fighting, and not every voice deserves an answer. She picks her wars with discernment, knowing that sometimes the greatest power is found in silence. She does not need to prove herself to anyone, for she knows who she is, and that knowing is enough. She is disciplined in her habits, understanding that success is not born from luck, but from consistency. She does not waste her days chasing after distractions that add no value to her life. She invests in herself, in her mind, in her skills. She reads, she learns, she grows. She does not seek shortcuts, for she knows that anything gained without effort will soon be lost. She embraces the process, understanding that greatness is built brick by brick, moment by moment, choice by choice. She does not wait for opportunity, she prepares for it. She does not sit idly, hoping that doors will open. She builds doors of her own. A smart woman understands that confidence is not arrogance. She does not seek to diminish others to feel superior, nor does she allow anyone to make her feel small. She walks with assurance, not because she believes she is better than anyone else, but because she refuses to be less than she was created to be. She does not apologize for taking up space, for having a voice, for daring to dream beyond the limits placed upon her. She understands that confidence is not given, it is cultivated, and so she nurtures it daily, reminding herself of her worth, her strength, her capacity to overcome. She does not cling to relationships that drain her spirit. She does not beg for love that does not see her, nor does she lower her standards for the sake of companionship. She has learned that loneliness is far better than being in the company of those who do not honor her presence. She does not chase after affection, for she knows that real love does not require pursuit. It meets her where she stands. She does not entertain toxic connections, for she understands that who she surrounds herself with will shape who she becomes. She chooses wisely, knowing that the right people will elevate her while the wrong ones will drain her. She embraces solitude not as a punishment, but as a gift. She does not fear being alone, for she understands that solitude is where clarity is found. She spends time with herself, reflecting, growing, becoming. She does not need the constant approval of others, for she has learned to validate herself. She is comfortable in her own company, finding peace in her thoughts, strength in her silence, joy in her own presence. She is not dependent on external sources for her happiness, for she knows that true fulfillment comes from within. She understands that failure is not the end, but a lesson. She does not fear mistakes, for she knows that every misstep teaches her something valuable. She does not let setbacks define her, nor does she allow temporary defeats to shake her resolve. She learns, she adjusts, she moves forward. She does not dwell on past disappointments, for she knows that looking back too long will keep her from seeing what lies ahead. She is resilient, not because she has never fallen, but because she has learned how to rise every time she does. She protects her dreams, knowing that not everyone will understand them. She does not share her vision with those who will not appreciate it, for she understands that some people will try to diminish what they cannot comprehend. She nurtures her goals, working on them quietly, diligently, persistently. She does not expect instant results, for she knows that anything worth having takes time to build. She trusts the process, believing that her efforts will bear fruit in due season. A smart woman does not waste her energy on things she cannot control. She does not stress over what is beyond her reach, nor does she allow worry to consume her. She focuses on what she can change, on what she can improve, on what she can build. She releases what does not serve her, choosing peace over chaos, faith over fear, wisdom over impulse. She understands that true power is found not in controlling everything, but in mastering herself. She understands that life is not just about what she gains, but about what she gives. She is generous not just with material things, but with her wisdom, her kindness, her time. She pours into others, knowing that true fulfillment is found in lifting others as she climbs. She is not threatened by the success of others, for she understands that another woman's light does not dim her own. She celebrates, she encourages, she empowers. She moves with faith, with purpose, with unshakable belief in her own ability to create the life she deserves. She does not wait for permission, for approval, for the right moment. She acts, she believes, she becomes. She follows these rules not as a burden, but as a blueprint for a life well lived. And in doing so, she becomes not just a smart woman, but a woman of impact, of substance, of undeniable greatness. A smart woman understands that life is not about waiting for the right conditions, but about creating the right conditions within herself. She does not sit idly, hoping the world will adjust to her desires. She rises each day with the understanding that her actions shape her future. She does not complain about the doors that remain closed. She builds new ones with her own hands. She does not wait for luck. She creates opportunities through preparation, diligence, and resilience. She knows that nothing of value comes without effort, and so she does not shrink from the work required to manifest her vision. She walks with discernment, understanding that not everyone who smiles at her has good intentions. She does not allow flattery to blind her to deception, nor does she mistake temporary admiration for genuine respect. She observes, she listens, she reads between the lines. She does not fall into the trap of trusting too easily, for she understands that true character is revealed in consistency, not in empty words. She surrounds herself with those who uplift her, who challenge her to grow, who celebrate her success without resentment. She does not entertain those who seek to drain her energy, manipulate her kindness, or take advantage of her generosity. She knows her worth, and she protects it fiercely. She does not measure her success by the standards of the world, but by the peace in her heart. She understands that wealth is not only found in material possessions, but in the abundance of love, wisdom, and fulfillment she cultivates within herself. She does not chase after status, for she knows that true value is not in what she owns, but in who she is. She does not waste her time impressing those who do not matter, nor does she seek validation from people who will never see her for who she truly is. She is content, not because she lacks ambition, but because she has learned to appreciate the journey just as much as the destination. She is disciplined in her emotions, knowing that maturity is found in the ability to control reactions rather than be controlled by them. She does not allow anger to dictate her actions, nor does she let bitterness take root in her heart. She processes pain, but she does not live in it. She acknowledges hurt, but she does not let it define her. She understands that forgiveness is not about excusing the wrong done to her, but about freeing herself from the burden of resentment. She does not hold on to grudges, for she knows that carrying the weight of past wounds will only slow her down. She lets go, not because it is easy, but because she values her peace more than she values revenge. She understands that knowledge is power, and so she never stops learning. She does not settle for surface-level understanding. She seeks depth. She reads, she studies, she asks questions. She does not assume she knows everything, for she understands that wisdom is found in the willingness to grow. She surrounds herself with those who challenge her intellect, who inspire her to think differently, who push her beyond her comfort zone. She does not shy away from difficult conversations, nor does she fear being wrong. She embraces new perspectives, knowing that true intelligence is found in the ability to evolve. She is mindful of her energy, knowing that not everyone deserves access to her. She does not spread herself thin, nor does she waste time on meaningless interactions. She invests her time in people and experiences that nourish her soul. She does not entertain negativity, gossip, or drama, for she understands that the energy she allows into her space will shape the quality of her life. She guards her mind, her heart, and her spirit, knowing that what she consumes, whether in thought, conversation, or environment, will ultimately manifest in her reality. She does not shrink herself to make others comfortable. She does not apologize for being strong, for having standards, for expecting respect. She does not lower her voice to soothe fragile egos, nor does she dull her light to avoid making others feel inadequate. She understands that her power is not a threat to those who are secure within themselves, but a mirror reflecting what others have yet to cultivate. She does not allow insecurity, whether in herself or in others, to dictate the way she moves through the world. She stands firm, knowing that her greatness is not up for negotiation. She understands the value of independence, not because she does not need others, but because she refuses to be dependent on anyone for her happiness, security, or success. She builds her own foundation, knowing that anything given too easily can just as easily be taken away. She does not put herself in a position where her well-being is at the mercy of someone else's choices. She earns her own, she creates her own, she sustains her own. She does not rely on circumstances to provide for her. She relies on her own ability to navigate them. She does not let fear dictate her life. She understands that fear is natural, but she refuses to let it paralyze her. She moves forward even when uncertainty looms, for she knows that courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act despite it. She does not wait until she feels ready. She starts, she learns. She does not allow the opinions of others to hold her back, for she knows that those who have never dared to chase their dreams will always try to discourage those who do. She listens to her own intuition, her own wisdom, her own calling. She cultivates joy, knowing that happiness is not something to be found, but something to be created. She does not wait for circumstances to be perfect before allowing herself to enjoy life. She finds beauty in the small things, in the quiet moments, in the simplicity of existence. She does not postpone joy, nor does she let the weight of responsibility steal her ability to laugh, to love, to experience wonder. She understands that life is fleeting, and so she chooses to be present, to embrace every moment fully, to live without regret. She is not afraid of solitude, for she knows that time spent with herself is time spent in growth. She does not fear being alone, for she has learned that loneliness and solitude are not the same. She values her own company, using quiet moments to reflect, to recharge, to realign with her purpose. She does not fill her life with noise simply to avoid facing herself. She embraces stillness, knowing that clarity is found in silence, that wisdom is cultivated in introspection, that true strength is forged in self-awareness. She does not compromise her standards out of desperation. She does not settle for half-hearted love, for empty promises, for relationships that do not honor her worth. She does not cling to people out of fear of being alone. She waits not in longing, but in certainty, knowing that what is meant for her will come at the right time, in the right way, with the right energy. She does not chase, she attracts. She does not beg, she knows she is deserving. She does not tolerate less than she gives, for she understands that love should be mutual, respect should be automatic, and effort should be consistent. She embraces change, knowing that growth is found in movement. She does not resist transformation, nor does she cling to the comfort of the familiar when it no longer serves her. She evolves, she adapts, she reinvents herself as necessary. She does not fear new beginnings, for she understands that every chapter of her life holds a lesson, a purpose, a stepping stone to something greater. She does not look back with regret. She looks forward with anticipation. She understands that life is not meant to be stagnant, and so she moves with the current of her own becoming. She does not let temporary disappointments shake her faith in the future. She does not give up simply because things do not happen on her timeline. She trusts, she perseveres, she continues. She knows that setbacks are not signs of failure, but setups for something greater. She does not wallow in self-pity, nor does she allow temporary pain to harden her heart. She grieves, she heals, she moves forward. She understands that resilience is not found in avoiding hardship, but in rising stronger each time she is tested. She is a woman of vision, of purpose, of unwavering determination. She does not live passively, waiting for life to happen to her. She takes charge, she makes decisions, she takes risks. She does not settle for mediocrity, for she knows she was not created to be ordinary. She follows these rules not because they are easy, but because they shape her into the woman she was always meant to be. And as she continues on her path, she does not just live, she thrives. She understands that life is not about mere existence, but about intentional living. She does not wake up each day without direction, letting time slip through her fingers like sand. She moves with purpose, knowing that every decision she makes shapes the future she is building. She does not wait for inspiration to strike before taking action. She creates her own momentum through discipline and dedication. She does not let procrastination steal her dreams, nor does she allow fear to keep her stuck in a place where she no longer belongs. She moves forward, always forward, even when the path is uncertain, even when the road is difficult, even when doubt tries to whisper that she is not enough. She is not ruled by emotions, but she does not suppress them either. She understands that feelings are a natural part of being human, but she does not allow them to dictate her actions. She feels deeply but does not react impulsively. She experiences pain but does not let it make her bitter. She acknowledges sadness but does not let it consume her. She knows that emotions are temporary, that what feels unbearable today will soon become a memory. She does not make permanent decisions based on fleeting feelings, nor does she allow temporary disappointments to make her lose sight of the bigger picture. She respects her own boundaries and enforces them unapologetically. She does not say yes when she means no. She does not stretch herself thin to accommodate people who would not do the same for her. She does not feel guilty for putting herself first when necessary. She understands that self-care is not selfishness, that rest is not laziness, that saying no is not cruelty. She does not allow anyone to guilt her into giving more than she has to offer. She knows that a woman who constantly pours into others without replenishing herself will eventually have nothing left to give. She takes care of her mind, her body, her spirit, for she understands that her well-being is her responsibility and hers alone. She does not run from responsibility, nor does she shy away from accountability. She owns her mistakes, learns from them, and does better. She does not waste time making excuses, blaming others, or justifying bad decisions. She understands that growth requires humility, that maturity is found in the willingness to acknowledge shortcomings and correct them. She does not let pride keep her from admitting when she is wrong. She does not see failure as an enemy, but as a teacher. She adjusts, she recalibrates, she rises. She knows that no one is perfect, but she refuses to use imperfection as an excuse to remain stagnant. She cultivates an inner strength that does not waver in the face of adversity. She understands that life will test her, that challenges will come, that obstacles will arise. She does not break under pressure, nor does she allow hardship to turn her into someone she is not. She endures not because she enjoys suffering, but because she understands that perseverance is the price of greatness. She does not give up when things become difficult. She adapts, she strategizes, she finds another way. She is relentless in her pursuit of the life she deserves. She does not chase after validation, for she has learned that true confidence comes from within. She does not seek approval from people who do not understand her vision. She does not measure her worth by the opinions of those who do not walk her path. She is not swayed by criticism that serves no purpose but to diminish her. She listens to feedback from those she respects, but she does not allow negativity to deter her. She knows who she is, and that knowing is enough. She does not waste time on people who do not reciprocate her energy. She does not beg for love, for friendship, for respect. She does not force connections that are not meant to be. She understands that relationships should be mutual, that effort should come from both sides, that she should not have to prove her worth to those who cannot see it. She walks away from those who take her for granted, not because she is unkind, but because she values herself too much to settle for less than she deserves. She understands that letting go is not a sign of weakness, but a declaration of self-respect. She is selective with her time, for she understands that time is the one resource that cannot be regained. She does not waste hours on meaningless distractions, nor does she allow herself to be pulled in directions that do not align with her purpose. She prioritizes what truly matters, investing in relationships, experiences, and growth that enrich her life. She does not let others dictate how she should spend her time, for she knows that every moment wasted on things that do not serve her is a moment stolen from the life she is trying to build. She understands the power of gratitude. She does not focus only on what she lacks, but on what she already has. She does not live in a constant state of longing, always chasing what is next without appreciating what is now. She takes time to acknowledge her blessings, to celebrate her progress, to appreciate the beauty in the ordinary. She understands that a grateful heart attracts abundance, that contentment does not mean complacency, but rather an appreciation for the present while still striving for more. She does not complain about what she has yet to achieve, but instead gives thanks for every step forward, no matter how small. She does not carry unnecessary burdens. She does not hold on to past mistakes, past hurts, past regrets. She understands that healing requires release, that she cannot move forward while dragging the weight of what once was. She forgives, not because those who hurt her deserve it, but because she deserves peace. She releases resentment, not because it is easy, but because she refuses to be bound by bitterness. She lets go of what no longer serves her, creating space for new growth, new opportunities, new joy. She is fearless in her pursuit of purpose. She does not allow doubt to keep her from stepping into her calling. She does not wait for the perfect moment, for she knows that perfection is an illusion. She takes action even when she feels unprepared. She moves forward even when the path is unclear. She understands that purpose is not something she must search for, but something she must create. She does not allow fear to hold her back from the life she was meant to live. She understands that love is not just about receiving, but also about giving. She does not wait for others to make her feel loved. She embodies love in everything she does. She treats people with kindness, not because she expects something in return, but because love is part of who she is. She does not withhold love out of fear of being hurt, for she understands that love is not a transaction, but a gift. She loves freely, deeply, intentionally, knowing that love is the most powerful force in the world. She does not let setbacks define her. She understands that rejection, failure, and disappointment are all part of the journey. She does not see closed doors as the end of the road, but as redirection towards something better. She does not let one failure make her believe she is incapable. She rises after every fall, learning, adjusting, growing stronger each time. She does not let the fear of failure stop her from trying. She knows that success is not about never falling, but about always getting back up. She understands that true beauty is not found in appearances, but in the way she carries herself. She does not chase after superficial perfection, nor does she define herself by society's standards. She radiates confidence, kindness, and grace. She takes care of herself not because she seeks validation, but because she respects herself. She understands that beauty is not in the way she looks, but in the way she lives, in the way she treats those around her. She lives with integrity, knowing that her character is her greatest asset. She does not compromise her values for temporary gain. She does not bend her principles to fit into spaces that were never meant for her. She stands firm in who she is, even when it is difficult, even when it is unpopular. She understands that reputation is what people think of her, but integrity is who she truly is when no one is watching. She does not chase after empty success, but builds a legacy of truth, honor, and authenticity. She moves through life with an unshakable sense of purpose, knowing that she was created for more than just survival. She does not merely exist, she thrives. She does not settle for a life of mediocrity, for she knows she is meant for greatness. She follows these principles not because they are easy, but because they shape her into the woman she was destined to be. And as she walks boldly in her truth, she does not just leave footprints, she leaves a legacy. She moves with the quiet confidence of a woman who has faced storms and stood unshaken. She has known loss, disappointment, betrayal, yet she does not let those wounds turn her heart to stone. She is soft where it matters and strong where it counts. She understands that wisdom is not found in closing herself off from the world, but in knowing how to navigate it with grace. She does not harden herself to love, for she knows that to love is to live fully. She does not shut herself away from possibility, for she understands that the greatest joys are often found on the other side of risk. She does not let past heartbreak dictate her future, nor does she let fear hold her captive. She steps forward with faith, even when the path is uncertain. She understands that the company she keeps is a reflection of the life she will live. She does not entertain friendships built on gossip, jealousy, or competition. She does not surround herself with people who drain her energy or diminish her dreams. She aligns herself with those who challenge her to grow, who celebrate her wins without resentment, who uplift her when she falters. She is not afraid to walk alone if the alternative is walking with those who do not match her spirit. She knows that true sisterhood is not found in numbers, but in the quality of those who stand beside her. She cultivates relationships that inspire her, that sharpen her, that remind her of who she is and who she is becoming. She does not seek revenge, for she understands that bitterness only poisons the soul. She does not waste her energy plotting against those who have wronged her. She does not engage in petty battles that drain her peace. She understands that true power lies in letting go, in rising above, in refusing to be pulled into darkness. She moves forward with dignity, knowing that karma does not require her assistance. She trusts that life has a way of balancing itself, that justice will be served in due time. She does not let the actions of others dictate her own. She does not lower herself to meet those who operate from a place of malice. She remains steadfast, knowing that her integrity is worth more than temporary satisfaction. She does not compete with other women, for she knows that her only competition is the woman she was yesterday. She does not waste time comparing herself to those who walk a different path. She does not envy the success of others, for she knows that what is meant for her will always find her. She claps for other women, knowing that their victories do not diminish her own. She understands that there is enough room for everyone to shine. She does not shrink herself to make others comfortable, nor does she try to outshine others just to prove a point. She is secure in her own journey, knowing that her time, her blessings, her moment will come in due season. She does not allow society to define her worth. She does not measure herself by her relationship status, her age, or the expectations placed upon her. She understands that fulfillment is not found in ticking off a checklist of what a woman should be, but in living a life that is true to herself. She does not rush into commitments out of fear of being alone, nor does she settle for less than she deserves just to meet a deadline imposed by others. She does not let the opinions of strangers dictate the choices she makes. She understands that the only validation she needs is her own. She lives on her own terms, unapologetically and without regret. She embraces change, knowing that growth cannot exist without it. She does not cling to the past out of fear of the unknown. She does not resist evolution simply because it is uncomfortable. She understands that transformation is necessary, that the version of herself she was yesterday is not meant to last forever. She welcomes new beginnings, knowing that every ending is also an opportunity. She adapts, she reinvents, she rises. She does not fear the future, for she knows that she is capable of handling whatever comes her way. She moves with an open heart and an open mind, ready to receive all that life has in store for her. She does not let insecurity rob her of her peace. She does not pick herself apart, dwelling on what she lacks instead of embracing all that she is. She does not allow the unrealistic standards of beauty, success, or perfection to make her feel unworthy. She loves herself fiercely, flaws and all. She understands that self-acceptance is the foundation of true confidence. She does not wait for someone else to affirm her worth. She affirms it herself. She walks with her head high, not out of arrogance, but out of a deep knowing that she is enough just as she is. She does not allow her dreams to collect dust on a shelf, waiting for the right time to pursue them. She understands that time is fleeting, that opportunities do not wait, that the perfect moment does not exist. She takes action even when she is afraid. She does not let fear of failure keep her from trying. She moves boldly, knowing that regret is far heavier than any failure she may encounter. She does not talk herself out of greatness, does not let self-doubt whisper lies into her ear. She trusts in her abilities, knowing that she is capable of far more than she even realizes. She does not chase love, for she understands that real love does not require pursuit. She does not beg for attention, affection, or commitment. She does not settle for half-hearted efforts or inconsistent behavior. She knows her value, and she refuses to accept anything less than she deserves. She understands that the right love will meet her where she is, that she does not have to shrink, bend, or contort herself to be worthy of it. She does not tolerate mistreatment, does not justify red flags, does not stay in places where she is not cherished. She loves herself enough to walk away from anything that does not serve her highest good. She does not hold grudges, for she understands that resentment is a burden too heavy to carry. She releases the past not because what happened was okay, but because she refuses to let it define her. She understands that forgiveness is not about excusing wrongdoing, but about setting herself free. She does not allow anger to take root in her heart, does not let pain turn her into someone she is not. She lets go with grace, with wisdom, with peace. She moves forward lighter, unshackled, unburdened. She does not wait for life to hand her happiness. She creates it herself. She does not sit idly by wishing for joy to find her. She cultivates it in the way she speaks to herself, in the way she embraces each day, in the way she finds beauty in the ordinary. She does not place her happiness in the hands of others, nor does she allow external circumstances to dictate her peace. She understands that happiness is a choice, a practice, a commitment. She chooses joy, even on the hard days. She chooses gratitude, even when things are not perfect. She chooses to live fully, vibrantly, without hesitation. She does not make herself small to fit into spaces that were never meant for her. She does not shrink her voice, her presence, her light to make others comfortable. She takes up space, knowing that she is worthy of being seen, heard, valued. She does not apologize for being bold, for having ambition, for dreaming big. She walks into every room knowing that she belongs, that she has a right to be there, that she does not need permission to exist fully. She refuses to be anything less than who she truly is. She does not let the weight of the world crush her spirit. She carries herself with resilience, with dignity, with unwavering faith.